I'm good. I'm good. So we'll do one thing today. So let me know if it is work out or not. Um, we'll discuss how much time you can able to spend with me right now.
So 2 hours, Lokesh. Is it possible?
2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one thing. So initially we'll talk about control statements, a few of things, some few examples, and
Okay.
after that we'll start Docker also.
Okay.
Okay, we'll take one or 2 minutes break. After that we'll start again.
Okay.
Okay, because it's getting too much gap, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So we have very small topics in this shell script. So we are not going to extend more, right? That's it. So let's start. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is control. We are talking about control statements. Okay, so let's discuss again. Control statements means, so your control statements will help to control the flow,
Okay.
right? So flow of your task, right? So what is a flow?
Like the
Right?
set of commands which can run one by one
Yeah.
or in a loop
So to execute,
to
okay.
execute.
Yeah, execute the commands or execute a script, okay, and execute. So what to execute first of all, okay? When to execute, right? And how many times to execute, right? So in this control statements we have types. One is conditional statements. Okay, one is conditional statements. Second one is looping statement. To be honest, I'm telling Rakesh, this actually most probably Bash script we won't use much. Okay, but interview purpose this is very important. Okay, right? So Linux people will use Bash scripting very much frequent. Okay, but we will not use much actually. But if there is a requirement, you must have an idea about Bash, correct? But in interview, definitely they will ask you about Bash scripting. They will ask you to write sample Bash code script. Okay, okay. Some jump statements also is there. Jump statement like conditional statement means you know already. So we have seen that if else. Okay, looping statements means for while.
Hmm.
Okay, so next jump statements means break and continue. These are normal English words. Okay,
Okay.
so there is some pattern. If you write if else condition, there is some pattern for while, for and while condition. There is some pattern for break and continue. Okay, because Bash script they have designed like that. We are just following that. That's it. Because there is no any logic. Logic you need to write in the statement inside the
Yeah.
statement
Yeah.
blocks. But where if you why we are mentioning if, why we are mentioning else, why we need to mention reverse if fi, why we need to end with the fi means there is no any answer because they have designed if condition like that,
Okay.
right? So yeah, so conditional statements, in conditional statements,
Hmm.
okay, in conditional statements, So we'll discuss about if condition, if else condition, okay, elif, okay. So we already seen if and else condition, right? Last class. Do you remember?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right? So we'll discuss today. So if possible, we'll discuss more examples. But today we'll see about while and for loop and while loop. Okay.
Okay.
So looping statement. What is a general meaning of looping statement?
I mean, it will continuously run the set of those comments.
Yeah, it is a loop. The statement will circulate in the same loop only. Okay, continuously. Okay. If you want to run the same condition, you can keep in that particular loop. Okay. For loop is there, for that for loop is there. Okay. While loop is there. Okay. Until something is there, but I didn't use it much. Okay. Okay. So in my experience, I'm telling. Basically, bash scripting we are going to do very much extreme. Okay, we are going to deal with the Kubernetes and Docker, Terraform and all, because for big projects. So bash scripting, so very less cases are there to use. But in interview, definitely without bash, it will not move on. Maybe you might have seen, right? Are you with me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we are talking about loop. Okay. So to avoid repeating the same code multiple times, okay,
Mm.
automate the task. Right. So first we'll talk about for. For what is the purpose of for? The purpose of for is run particular block. Okay. Run the particular block for a known list. Okay. In Python also, C language also. Okay. Bash same. Okay. So how you have to write the for example, for you'll mention variable in particular list. Okay. Do, this is do, and some comments you can write, and done, like this. Do means it is starting. For starting before statement you must mention do. After finishing the statement, this block. Okay. Done, you'll mention done, right?
Yeah.
So this, if you can ask me, I don't have any answer for this. Why we need to mention do in the sense that is pattern,
Mm.
right? Yeah.
Okay.
And so using if else condition, one time only condition will check. If the condition not satisfy, okay, it will pass the else block. Instead of only one time, I want to recursively iterate n number of times. Okay. In C language, C and C++ will mention like this, right? For, okay, you'll use you will initialize it, condition you will mention, and increment or decrement mention like this, and you'll open this block statement. You'll write some statement and close it, right? In
Yeah.
shell scripting, some same, but instead of flower brackets, you see this. Instead of flower brackets, we need to mention do and done.
Mm.
That is the difference.
Do
Okay.
means
So this just to before starting the blocks, some block statement, before starting statement, open the statement. Before open the statement, you need to mention do. After finishing the statement, you need to mention done.
mm,
That's you just keep in mind.
okay.
Okay. Okay. So we'll take some example. Example echo. Okay. For where it has gone again. Okay. Let me close this. I'll use this. Okay. So yeah, echo echo. Example. I'm just keeping some for loop demo. Just keeping like this. Okay. So for for I equal to 1, just try to understand. I equal to 1, separate with the column. I less than or equal to 5. Okay, statement, you see the condition. Okay, I plus plus, this is increment. This is a variable and this is a value. This is a variable and this is a value. This is a variable. I kept here three conditions. I equal to 1. Okay, I less than or equal to 5. I plus plus. Okay, so do echo dollar I. So I don't know what argument you are passing. Okay, I'm
Okay.
just keeping here dollar I, right? And after that done, and this is very simple and small one. Okay, so after finishing this, you just mention here echo. I would like to keep here for loop demo ended, something like this. Okay, so for example, if I give one value. Okay, I here condition is I less than or equal to 5. Okay, how many times it will? 1 plus plus, right? Increment. Okay, after that it will get 1 plus means it will increment. 1 plus means 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, next to 2, 2 greater than or equal to 5 until it satisfy the condition. Okay, next to
Mm.
2 plus plus. Okay, how much? 3.
3.
3 less than or equal to 5. Clear? Next to 3 plus plus means 4. 4 less than or equal to, it will continuously check like this. Okay, less than or equal to 5, right? Next to 4 plus plus means 5. 5 less than or equal to, you see the condition now. Less than or equal to 5, right? 5 plus plus, you see. So now you can understand 5 plus plus means 6, right? 6 less than or equal to 5. Does this condition satisfied?
No.
No, right? Condition not satisfied. So it will execute else block. Okay. Once after finishing this, if condition not satisfied here, it will print till here only. Clear?
Okay.
Till the condition satisfied. Our actually we are passing the argument here. Example 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So once the condition satisfied till 5, it will print. Once
Yeah.
after 5 it cross 5, then it will execute the else block because condition not satisfied. Okay, we'll keep some statement for else block.
Okay.
Understood?
Why else block in for?
Yeah, we can use else block also. So
Okay.
if else condition, when if this execute. So for example, I want to keep in else block some statement. Okay, example, till it satisfy it will print continuously 1 2 3 4 5 till here it will satisfy. I want to give after finishing this 5, I want to give output after finishing this, right?
Mm.
After finishing 5 also, so some this condition not satisfied. Once the condition not satisfied, the block should be end. Okay, this should be end, right?
Yeah.
Continuous iteration must be end, right?
Okay.
Once if it is satisfied, so till the satisfy it will print. Once after not satisfied, the block should be end, right? It should end like this demo has been ended like this example. Okay, so example I'll keep 1 printed, 2 printed, 3 printed, 4 printed, 5 printed, now 6. Condition not satisfied, which means something it should get right. Okay, something it is there. Okay, which means it is not satisfied. So that's the reason it should print this with this statement. The loop will be ended. Clear?
Yeah.
Loop should be end at it's a particular point, right? So for that purpose, okay, I will tell that also. Just update a file. Example, instead of file, I'll keep some different. 1 second. This is a bit difficult to erase. I think. I did 1 second. Okay, I don't want to erase. Let me keep up. Okay. So just same example I'm taking. Okay. So example, I'm going to keep. You are going to take a file sh dot for I underscore loop dot sh. Okay. This is a file name. Okay. So in C++, I would like to compare with the C because I was while I'm pursuing, I have bit idea about C language. So first we'll initialization. We'll do initialization, right? Hash include student data that all these things. We'll do a initialization. After that, while condition. So while condition we'll use. We'll open the statement and we'll close the statement with increment, increment or decrement. Clear? How we will do in shell script for while loop. So let's talk about while loop. Okay, talking about while loop, don't confuse. I'll take different examples later. Okay, so earlier we have used for loop, right?
Yeah.
So now instead of for loop we'll replace with the while. While means during the process. Okay, just do during the process. While means process. Okay, first we'll mention while condition. Okay, next do is common. Next you write the statement. Okay, next after that increment or decrement, we'll mention like this and done. Okay, same like this, right? Example with the C language. Okay, so earlier previous you might see in here example. If you see here, we have here given in for we have given conditions here. Okay, here we are giving conditions after the statement. Clear?
Yeah.
Let's see the example. Okay, so while you are doing practice you can understand this, but you must do more practice. Okay, I'll keep like this in that echo while loop. Okay, I equal to 1. See the difference. Earlier is different, now here is different. I equal to 1 while, so here dollar I, so here this one dollar I less than, okay, less than or less than, just less than 5, that's it. Below 5, less than 5 minutes. Earlier we have taken less than or equal, now I'm taking less than, just less than. Okay. Oh, 1 second, 1 second. Less than means LT, right? Oh, less than means LT.
Yeah.
LE means less than or equal to, less than
Cannot.
or equal to, yeah, maybe. Okay, okay, right, right. Next to do, whenever you start with the do, you need to write the block statement here, your complete block. So echo dollar I. Okay. So here you need to mention some expressions. Okay, if you want to perform any arithmetic operations, we have to use expression. Okay, I'm performing arithmetic operations, right? I'm dealing with 1 to 3s and additions, right? So I equal to dollar. You know this already. We have done this individually. EXPR dollar I. Okay, um, plus 1. Okay. So see here, expression dollar I. This is actually variable. Okay, you understood?
Yeah.
I value might changes. Next, now it is 1, after that 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so it will continuously print. First initially I'll keep 1. 1 plus 1. See this? This plus 1 is there extra additionally. It will print with the plus 1. So whatever the passing argument, initially I'm passing the argument 0. 0 plus 1, 1 you will get. Next I'll pass the argument 1. 1 plus 1 equal to 2. Next I'll pass the argument 2. 2 plus 1 equal to 3. I'll pass the argument 3. 3 plus 1 equal to 4. Next I'll pass the argument 4. 4 plus 1 equal to 5. So what
Okay.
is our condition? Less than and equal to. Less than or equal to means this. Less than or equal to 5. Till 102 till 5 it will print. Why? Because this is 5. 1 is less than 5, 2 is less than 5, 3 is less than 5, 4 is less than 5, 5 is not less than 5, it is equal to 5, because we also mentioned equal to. Correct?
Okay.
Huh? So earlier what we have done is, previous you are understood, right? In the for loop itself we have mentioned continuous the I mean statement. Okay, we have initialized the condition, right? Here what we have taken, here we actually mentioned echo something we actually echo while loop. We are actually printing this. It just nothing, it won't do anything, just print while loop, that's it. The heading, you can consider this is a heading, just it will print while loop, that's it, nothing it will do. Here it is started, I actually mentioned I equal to 1 in
Okay.
my condition, this condition. So while expressions, you see this, while I mentioned dollar I less than 5, this is a condition. Clear?
Yeah.
After that I started block. Okay, this is the statement. Okay, that is the
Okay.
statement. One second, Rakesh.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
tell me. Yes, tell me. ఎందుకు చెప్పు, మెసేజ్ పెట్టు. 1 second, రాకేష్.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, sorry Rakesh, sorry for
Yeah.
interruption.
Okay.
Yeah, so here actually while is actually not advanced, Rakesh, you understood? we are for expression in previously you might have seen everything. Just we have mentioned how many steps? One, two. That's it. Just in
Yeah.
for itself, you mentioned the condition. Clear statement. Correct?
Yeah.
Clear condition. This condition is I equal to 1, I less than or equal to I plus plus increment we mentioned. After that, you mentioned some statement. Statement block, whatever you given, that will be print. $1 means whatever it is there, if the condition satisfies, it will print. Echo I, echo, echo 1, echo 2. Echo in the sense, you know already, whatever you give, that will be print. It means 1 print, 2 print, 3 print, 4 print, 5 print until it reaches the condition. Okay. Once
Okay.
you give the conditions is 6, that will not print, and after that it will print like this. For loop has been ended. You clearly understood? These
Yeah.
are this is advanced. For is advanced actually. So while condition, if you come to while condition, while statement, you see this how many lines we have to mention. Everything individual. First I mentioned, you can say, you can consider this is as a headache, heading. It will just like print while loop, that's it, nothing else. Okay, this if you don't mention this also not a big deal. Clear? So you
Okay.
will mention here I equal to 1. Okay, you passed here one I value. After that, while you mention the condition I less than 5, less than or equal to 5. After that, do means this is a block, which means statement block. In the statement block itself, you mentioned the expression. See how many lines it has taken. In the expression itself, it has given I value continuously changes. If the I value changes, according with the I value, it will increment with, it will add with the 1. So 1, 1 plus 1 2, 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 1 4, 4 plus 1 5. It will print the value 5. 5 plus 1 6. The condition not satisfied. Clear?
Yeah.
So if the condition not satisfied, you can close with the done, or if you want to, you can keep echo this while loop has been ended. If you want to keep, you can keep. Okay, so if you want to close, you can close with the done, that's it. It will close the condition. Clear?
Okay.
If you want to use a else block, you can use else block after this also. You don't want to use else block, you can close with it. That's it, that's your option, it's not mandatory.
Okay.
Okay, so you may understood what is the difference between for and while. Clear?
Yeah.
If you already have for loop, why we need to use while loop? You just need to keep in mind. Nobody will tell this. If for loop is just to know in the advance. This is like a advance. Okay. For loop is used for advance. Okay. So example, how many times to repeat the task? For loop, we'll see that how many times we'll repeat the task. It's a kind of what I can say, easy way you can say. Okay,
Okay.
right? And while loop is used to when you don't know how many times you need to repeat.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
When we will use while loop in the sense that you will be very much clear for loop. Okay, you know this many times I have to repeat it. But while loop, when we use while loop in the sense, whenever we don't know how many times you need to repeat the statement, that keeps then where that place we can use while loop. That is the difference, main difference, that's it. Okay, so for loop we can use it for known range. Just that is the differences I'm telling. For loop and while loop. For loop known range. Okay, while loop don't know, when you don't know the range. Okay, next what are the differences you observe? That's it, major difference. Hmm. Okay, okay, so when you don't know when to stop, so then we will use this. Okay, So if you know the number of times to run, then you will use for loop. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so if somebody asks the difference, Rakesh, just keep in mind blindly. Okay. So question will be like this: what if you don't know how many times a loop will run? This is a question. Okay. What if you don't know how many times of loop will run? What conditional statement you will use?
We can simply say while.
Exactly. And what if you know the exact items to proceed? Which statement you will use?
If.
No, no, no. What if you know exactly items, how many items you proceed, items to proceed? You'll use for loop.
Okay.
Okay.
Like, yeah. What
For
are the.
is known count, Rakesh. For is known count, while is not known count. If you don't know the value, if you don't know the count, okay, so then you can use while. We can take examples. Okay. Then you can understand very much clear. So you are asking something?
No, if is also known count, right?
Yeah, if is also non-count. But thing is, what is the difference between if and for? If means you are intentionally doing that. If else, okay, you are intentionally doing that. If means you are intentionally doing that. If this statement passes, if this statement is true, true or false here come. Okay, this is actually for a mathematical expressions and the increment and decrement purpose. Clear? So
Okay.
if this statement true, then it will execute. Else this will execute. Simple if else, right? But for and while you observe things, right? So for increment and decrement purpose, you are using for and while, which means looping statements. See, here I used one time, after that two, after that three, four, five, six, seven, like this continuously you are doing your what mention this loop is continuously repeating example. Okay. So at the time loop statement when you use in the sense repeating the statements. Okay. So when until this condition satisfies only. Okay, you have given number 5 here. Clearly you mentioned here, right? You clearly mentioned here I less than or equal to 5.
Yeah. Yeah.
You given already. You know the
Yeah.
value. 5 value is final value. But here you are passing the values, right? You are passing the values. If you remove this condition, until unless you stop this, it will continuously print values. You understood?
Yeah.
If you don't know the value exactly, if you remove this statement, it will continuously print like this only. Okay.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
here you know the value, you know the value, you put some okay, I have 5 values. After finishing, after executing this equal to, if it is reaches to equal to, so then this block will be end, the statement will be close. So to know the knowing purpose, if you know already the statement and values condition, so you can use for loop. If you don't know, so you are continuously passing the arguments. So you can use this while. In this condition I mentioned here, okay, less than or equal to I mentioned here. For example, if you don't know this, if you don't mention this, until unless you stop, it will print like this only. If you give more 6, yeah, you can, it will print 7, it will print 8 with 9. Okay, less than or equal to, I remove this condition. Okay, 1 second, Lokesh.
Yeah.
Example I'll tell you. Somebody came to your house. Okay, some house door. Okay, they actually. uh, they press the bell. Okay, they press the
Okay.
bell. Okay, when it bell rings, right? When the bell rings, you will come and open door, right?
Yeah.
No, if bell not rings, you won't
You can't.
open the door, right?
Yeah.
Here actually, that depends upon this ring, right? Okay, if someone rings the bell, you simply open the door. That is if condition. If condition, if someone press the bell, you will open the door. If no, if you don't press the door, definitely not, right? That kind of condition, true or false conditions. Okay, these kind of conditions we'll use for if and else conditions. Simple that is.
Okay.
ఓకే, తెలుగులో ఉంటది ఒకటి, రాజుగారి పెద్ద భార్య మంచిది అంటే చిన్న భార్య చెడ్డది ఆటోమేటిక్. యూ అండర్స్టూడ్?
Yeah. Yeah.
దట్స్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ right. That's so okay. Anything we have to see the more examples. If you do more examples, you can understand.
Okay.
Uh, if who else completed for and while you completed, and so let's stop here. Better we should not move forward much. Okay. Okay. So let's do one thing. We'll do some practical. Oh, it is asking multi authentication. Capture 63PS password. Are you guys are using Docker?
No. No. No.
No yet, not yet. Okay. Is it visible?
Yeah.
So your company and so DevOps team is separate and SRE team separate.
Yeah. SRE is mostly like L to L3. Like they resolve issues.
Okay, okay. So what about DevOps and cloud? Cloud is also separate.
No, cloud engineers are separate, but for DevOps, AWS DevOps and DevOps same. Only AWS DevOps.
Oh, okay.
Most of the deployments were done by SRE only.
Mm-hmm.
The pipeline setup and everything DevOps.
Okay, okay, okay. Great. So You see this example for if I'm telling number equal to 5. Okay, number greater than equal to sorry, greater than 10. That's it. Number you mentioned already 15. Okay, you given the number is 15. So here the
Okay.
condition is number greater than 10, which means you already passed argument 15. Okay, here the condition, what is the condition here? Number greater than 10, above 10. If the number greater than 10, then it will tell that the number is greater than 10. Else, no, nothing, right?
Yeah.
So let's leave about else statement. So for example, I'll pass the argument called, I'll give 5 number. So what will be the result? I'll pass number 5 instead of 15. Here the
Yeah.
condition, you see the condition. What is the condition here? Number. Whatever you are passing the number, that number is,
5 will not be possible.
yeah, 5 greater than 10. Number is greater than 10, then it will print.
Okay.
Okay. If you give 5, it will not print,
Mm.
right? Number is greater, it is not greater than and equal to, not GE. It is just greater than.
Yeah.
Okay. If
Yeah.
the value is greater than 10 only, it will print. Simple. No
Okay.
else block. No else condition is not there. Otherwise, it won't print. Simple. Clearly
Good.
understood?
Yeah.
That's it. So you are intentionally passing the argument which is already known.
Mm.
Okay. And here the difference is, here statement is very much clear. Number if it is greater than 10 only it will print, otherwise no, it will not print even 9 also.
Okay.
So that purpose, when if this statement is true, then it will print. Else no, simple, it won't print anything. Next one, if you see this condition, you see the number, you mentioned some, you passed some number, that's okay, leave it. The condition is number is greater than 10, same condition, then it will print. Clear?
Yeah.
Else this will not print. Example, as I said, number is 5. Okay, if I 5, the condition first it will check with the, so how the bash is working. Initially it will check with the step by step process. Shell
Okay.
script will not skip one line also. Shell script will check each and every line. It will go top to bottom. Clear?
Yeah.
So here my condition is my number is 5. I passed number is 5. So it will check if number is greater than 10. But actually my number is less than 10. So which means 5 is not greater than 10. So then what will happen? This statement has been false. So in this condition, so if this condition false, it will go for next statement, which is called else. Okay, this number is less than 10. Clear?
Yeah.
So that's it. That is the purpose only.
Okay.
True or false condition, it will execute. If and else conditions will execute true and false conditions. That's it. Okay. Okay. Here repeating the conditions. You understood? If
Okay.
condition, if not satisfy, elif condition, if it is not satisfy. So elif means repeating the if. Okay. Rakesh, you need to understand continuously. If you want to execute this one condition, that is fine. Same kind of statements if you want to pass, you need to mention in elif.
Mm.
If statement repeats, that is elif.
Yeah.
Okay. So then next, after that last, if you want to block it, so you can close with the else condition.
Yeah. Directly else we can stop
Yes.
the.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
You see, you try to understand here. Elif statement allows you to check multiple conditions in the sequence.
Mm.
If the first condition is false, then it will check with the next condition. The elif keyword stands for elif. What you
Okay.
understood about this?
Like even uh, so even if it didn't work, then it will move to elif, and in elif we have multiple comments, like one after one it will execute. Even though it doesn't satisfy elif, then it will directly move to else.
Okay, I'll tell you one thing. So you heard about nested,
Yeah, nested.
right? We discussed in Linux.
Mm,
Okay, nested files, file inside a file,
yeah,
right? So some
yeah,
file is there, this file is there, this file is there. These three files are in one file,
mm,
X file.
yeah,
This is ABC files are there. These ABC three files are. So this C file is there in B. B file is there in A. These three files are there in X. Clear?
yeah.
So these files are called nested files. Okay. So if this condition, first if condition is there, this is different condition. If other condition we have, okay, if you
Okay.
have condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, like this, in this case you will use elif. Clear? So
Yeah.
condition, multiple condition 1, condition 2, if you want to keep more conditions, condition 3, condition 4, condition 5, you can mention elif, you can use elif in this kind of concept, in this kind of cases. Clear? So
Yeah.
once if multiple conditions has been closed in sequence, so then you will close with the else block. Clear?
Okay.
You see. Okay, just keep in that. And loops. You see this? For loop. For loops allows you to iterate over a list of items. Okay, list of items. There are items. Some list of items are there. Okay, my list of items are my list of items are one. Hey, what is this? One, two, three, four, five. I know already these things. I have some list. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So they are, see here, they are useful for repeating task specific number of items. The for loop already, you know this, these many items you mentioned already. Until it closes, it will print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times it will print. After that, it will close the block. That's it. Clear? If you see here, for I in 1 to 5, you see here, same example here also given. 1 to 5, I values, I equal to 1, I equal to 3, I 2, I equal to 3, I equal to 4, I equal to 5 till 5. It will execute, it will continuously execute till it reaches to 5. After
Okay.
that, see here, iteration values dollar $I. So how many values you kept? 5 values you kept. Clear? This will print 5 values. After that, it will close. That's it. Simple. Clear?
Yeah.
So if it comes to while, you see this? You try to read this. 1 second. Yeah. While loop execute block, while loop execute a block of code as long as specified condition is true. This is one point. They are useful for tasks needed to repeat until certain condition changes. Okay. The condition is enclosed square brackets and loop ends with the done. Okay. In this condition, you try to understand. Whatever I mentioned along with that extra points are there here. Clearly understood? If you
Yeah.
don't know, if you don't know the values to end, if you don't know the values where to close, that purpose. And also while loop execute a block of code as long as specified condition is true until it satisfy the condition. Clear? The condition is satisfies until it continuously, so condition satisfies, it will loop, it will be in a loop. Okay, here you see this while loop count equal to 1. What is the condition here? Less than or equal to 5. Clear? You see this le means less than equal to. Clear? Okay, lt means less than only. Le means less than or equal to. So
Okay.
here condition is less than or equal to 5. Okay. You mentioned here echo count is whatever the value. This value here it will print. Okay. The count value. Count plus plus means increment. First you will give. Okay. 0. It will print 1. Okay. Because it next value would be 1 plus, right? 0 plus 1, 1. Next 1 plus 1, 2. Next to 2 plus 1 equal to 3. 3 plus 1, 4. Okay. 4 plus 1, 5. Till reaches to equal to less than or equal to 5. After that it will close. Condition true now. After reaching 5 it is closed.
Hmm.
I think it looks like very similar, Rakesh.
Yeah.
Very similar. Until condition I did not use, but try to read it. Until loops are similar to while loop, but they execute until specified condition become true. Specified condition, this one. Just try to understand count value is one. Count is actually variable. Don't think about this. This is just
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
variable name.
I
Okay.
understood.
So until you mentioned here until earlier we used to use see here while,
While.
right? So here you mentioned until count greater than 5. If the count is greater than 5 only, it will print.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
First count 1, it is not greater than 5. 2 greater than not greater than 5. 3 not greater than 5. 4
Hmm.
not greater than 5. 5 not greater than 5. Right? 6
Yeah.
greater than is 5. Then it will print. Clear, understood?
Hmm.
Okay. Here the specified condition is until the this condition true. Until this condition true, this loop will execute.
Okay.
Clear?
Hmm.
So what is this? Break condition. Okay. This is related to break condition. What is a break? Break and continue statements are using control loop execution. Break exist loop, and while continue skip the next iteration. Okay. I think we did not discuss about break and continue, right? So we
Yeah.
stopped only while for loop, but while until also we did not discuss. Okay, we'll see this break and nested loops and functions later. Okay, so we'll take examples. I think this guy also not mentioned more examples here. Okay, let me take examples from here. Yeah, for loop. You see this for loop. So here for some file they mentioned some file. Okay, file in current.txt అంటే current files, all files. Okay, this processing file. So nothing else. This will processing file 1, file 2, file 3. How many files are there in current directory? All files will be display. So this is actually real time examples. Okay, let me take another simple examples. For here, see this I we also seen this. What is next? I want new one. See this status. So this will be useful for you. You see this for service in Nginx SSD Docker. You mentioned like this. Okay, service in Nginx SSD Docker. Okay, do started, done, ended. Okay, so you see this systemctl status. What is the service? Okay, service grep active. When it is the service is active, you understood. You might have seen the systemctl nginx status. Okay,
Okay.
this condition you are just simply manually typing it. But if you keep this and try to run this, it will show actively running. Okay,
Okay.
and it will show if it is dead, it will show like this inactive and dead. So that statement, whatever you are getting, example systemctl. Okay,
Yeah, it will
nginx.
follow the Nginx status. Like.
Exactly. Nginx status example. Okay. So this whenever you try to run this, bash is actually nginx followed this kind of condition. So you understood, right? Nginx also followed this kind of condition. So whenever you execute this script will execute in that. Okay. So that is actually prerequisite. Okay, while you are installing Nginx itself, the scripts, whatever the interdependencies are, all the files are when you are downloading Nginx itself, so it will be all the files are executed, right? So whenever you use this kind of command, okay, that command is execute and it will trigger particular bash script inside. You never know where exactly it is, but same concept. They have used same concept. So active or dead, this will you get whenever you check the status. Clear?
Yeah.
So in this condition, you write like this: for service in Nginx SSD Docker. This is service. Okay. This is service name example. Where service in Nginx, you can write like this also. For service in Nginx. That's it. Okay. You are passing the statement. Here is your statement. Systemctl status dollar service. Okay. Done. Okay. If it is active, it will show active. If it is dead, it will show dead. Okay. And let's move forward with the different examples. Here. So there are some items already. You try to understand here, Rakesh. Git is already you mentioned. Docker you mentioned. Kubernetes you mentioned. Terraform you mentioned. One, two, three, four items you already mentioned in the tools. Clear?
Yeah.
This is already you passed arguments here. Clearly you stated in that. Okay. You passed already. This is actually variable. These are all values. You passed. There are some values. There are some items in the list. Clear? So in this, you are telling for 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 is actually condition. I mean, not condition. What is this? Statement. Okay. For tools, for tool in, you are mentioning here clear. Okay. This is you are trying to mention here dollar tools. This is the one tools here. Okay. And you mentioned here the values. Maybe index value 1, index value 2, index value 3, something like this. Okay. So in this case, you mentioned at the rate do. This is actually echo is for already, that is for print purpose learning tool. Okay. Tool means this one. This will connected here. This will connected here. Clear? So whenever you try to um, execute this script, okay, first you will get Git, after that Docker, after that Kubernetes, after that Terraform. So with this statement, learning Git, learning Docker, learning Kubernetes, learning Terraform. So once after finishing Terraform, it will close. Clear? Why? Because you mentioned in the list how many numbers you mentioned the list Git, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform until it close, until it repeats. So then after the learning Git, learning Docker, learning Kubernetes, learning Terraform. These values, whatever passing the arguments. So this is known route, right, Rakesh? Because we
Yeah.
already given it in the tools.
Tools.
Okay, right? My goodness. 1 second, Rakesh.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Can I call you back? Don't mind. Within an hour. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Right. Next. Oh, this also we have seen, right?
Mm.
So here you see the output here, Rakesh. So this is echo, right? Whatever echo is there, that is actually commonly print number, number, number,
Yeah, yeah.
number. So whenever you pass the arguments, first initially he is passing 0, it will print to 0. Next to he will pass a argument 1, 2, 3, 4. It will print till 4 because I less than 5. I
Equal to
values which you are passing that should be less than 5.
yeah,
Clear?
yeah.
Till 4 only it will print. So here you clearly stating, right, I less than 5, in the sense you are clearly stating in the for loop. Clear?
Okay.
But in while is not like that. While you don't know the value, you see this. You see this count equal to 5. So 5 in the sense a number. Okay. While count greater than 0, you are passing here with the known argument. Okay. So count greater than 0.
Okay.
Okay. Count greater than 0 means here you understood. In this concept I'm telling, 0 means one is sorry, 1 is not greater than, so less than 0, right? 1 is greater than 0, yes, it will print, right? 2 is greater than 0, 3 is greater than 0, 4 is greater than 0, 5 is greater than 0. Just simply whatever it is giving values. Oh, yeah, yeah, I'm sorry. Here actually count minus minus, in the sense it is decrement statement. Okay. Decrement statement here in for loop, we are mentioning here increment statement in the for itself. Okay. This block, you see this within 4 lines it has been completed. You see this while loop for decrement statement. Example, in for loop you can mention here I minus minus, that's it. It will finish. Clear?
Yeah.
But in while loop, you can see that you have written here, you are passing count greater than 0. You are passing like this. And also in the statement itself, you mentioned count down. So this will print like this. What is the count value? Count value, for example, I will give 0.
Yeah.
0 minus minus means minus 1.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, I will give 5 value. What it will print?
Um,
Minus minus.
two. I mean three, three.
Count is 5, Rakesh.
Yeah, minus minus is four.
Yeah. Next, for example, 5 minus 1 second. So whenever when this statement will true, until this statement will until this statement true, it will print. This is the while is purpose is for that only.
Okay.
Until this statement is
Satisfy
satisfied, this
the.
condition satisfy, it continuously repeat this
Okay.
until this condition satisfy, which means count greater than 0.
Yeah.
Okay. So here he mentioned here count value, count down, count. What is the count here? 5. Okay. So example, count in the sense this is the one. Clear? This
Okay.
is the one. So for example, I'm going to take a value 5. Okay. First initially 5. Is it will print or not? Okay. 1 minute.
Initially.
I will
Yeah.
take this. So first I will take a 5 value here. Okay.
Mm.
5 is, sorry, here. 5 is greater than 0 or not? Is
Yeah.
it will print or not? Yes, it will
Yeah.
print. Clear?
Yeah.
After that it will pass this here.
Mm.
Clear?
Yeah.
Count minus minus ones. After that it will minus minus ones. 4 will be pound print.
Yeah.
After that 3 will print. After that 4, sorry, 2 will
Two.
print. After 1 will print. After that 0. So 0 is not greater than 0.
Yeah. Then
Clear?
it
Till
will
here
stop.
it will print. You understood?
Yeah.
So when it reaches 0, that will close. The condition statement will close.
Okay.
Okay. Here I passed some statement. Here, this is actually condition. I'm sorry, I'm mentioning a statement. This is a condition. In my condition, count greater than 0. So, okay. When count is greater than 0, it will print. When count is greater than 0, it will print. Clear?
Yeah.
So, first condition I am giving with the 5. Okay. So, it
Mm.
will go and check 5 greater than 0. Yes, it will print like this. Simply go and print it. Okay. Next, after passing this, it will go here. Next is immediately. Count minus minus means, count minus means 4. Next count is minus 1 means 4, right? Next will 3. Next 2, 1, 0. 0 is not greater than 0. I'm sure, right? Then
Mm.
this close. This statement will be close.
Okay.
So if for condition, tell me about for.
For it's I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus means
Okay.
it will print.
In this for, you are giving I value, minimum value is 0. You are passing I value 0. You are passing the statement, the condition is I must be less than 5.
Less than 5. Yeah.
And also you only giving I plus plus, which means increment values only it is taking.
Mm.
You are passing that, you are clearly stating that I equal to 0, okay, and I less than 5, 0 to 5 only. Clear?
Okay.
You are also passing I value must be increment, not decrement values. You are telling that that should be increment values. Okay. So in this condition, I will take um, 0. Okay. 0 is, now if you pass this 0, 0 is less than 5.
Mm.
Yes, right? True. When it is true, the number it will showing this number is, when it is true, it will go here. I value number is 0. Next, 1 less than, next I'll give 1. Okay, so I'm sorry. So it will give 0, that's okay. But 0, I have passed here 0. But next thing is increment, right? 1 value it will be add. Okay. 0 plus 1 equal to 1. 1 will print. 1 plus 1 equal to 2. 2 will print. 2 plus 1 equal to 3. 3 will print. 3 plus 1 equal to 4. 4 will print. Correct. And 4 plus 1 equal to 5. Does it print?
No, it's not equal to 5, right? That's it will not.
Because when 4 plus 1 equal to 5, but the condition is I value must be less than 5. Okay. But 5 is not less than 5, right? 5 equal to 5. It should be equal if you want. But the condition not satisfied. So till here it will print. So which means for loop you are clearly stating everything in for. But come to here, you are not stating like this. While loop.
Okay.
Okay. You are here passing value and you are mentioning this state, this condition count greater than just 0. Okay. After that do, it will whatever the counts are there. So first initial it will check and after that it will go for decrement. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
If you do continuously practice, it will habituate to you. Okay. What is this? CPU load simulation. While true, something do. What is this? Okay, leave it. I will use this. So can you understand this? Input value, they are not putting anything here. Just to, they leaved it. Okay, input value is actually maybe taking from user. Okay. So
Okay.
while here in while condition, input not equal to yes. If input not equal to yes, it will read hyphen p. Do you agree? Yes. It will print input. Okay. After that, thanks for agreeing. That's it. This is just nothing. Don't
Yeah,
focus
it's,
on this. It's just nothing. Okay.
if it is not while, then automatically, uh,
So for example, input I'll give no.
yeah,
What will get input? I'm just giving no.
yeah, is not equal to yes, then it will print. Do
100%
you
no is
agree?
not equal to yes, right? 100% no
Yeah,
is not equal to yes, correct?
yeah,
So this is true.
yeah.
When it is true, so then
Do
yes,
you agree?
yes will print.
Yes.
Simple. Yes, I am
Yeah.
agreeing. That's it. Nothing else.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you understood. We have to do practical. Maybe this practical next time we'll do. Okay. I will
Okay.
take some more examples, but better I need to collect more examples. So
Okay.
I must work on it because these small examples are not enough.
Okay.
Okay. So this theory part, you can consider this as a theory part. So even I thought that W3 schools lot more examples are there, but nothing is there here. Okay. Maybe I will find some here. Okay, no problem. I'll find some more different channels. Let me gather all the for and while loop related and if else conditions related examples. Then let's do practice on it. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is you can take a 5 minutes break, Rakesh. I have to have a calls.
Okay.
So then after we'll connect in 5 minutes. Is it fine?
Sure.
So what
Yeah.
is the
Yeah.
time now?
11:17.
11:17. We can connect 11:25. Okay,
Okay.
that's fine. Right. One important call I got, Rakesh. I don't know once after having call, maybe we'll connect or not. But let's try. Okay.